On the day we got married, my husband's childhood sweetheart threatened to jump to her death. He ignored her threats and went ahead with the wedding. But when she did jump, he realized how he really felt and fell madly in love with her. He forced me to kneel down and apologize, and eventually I lost the baby in my womb. On the day I had the abortion, I asked him for a divorce. He threatened to use my family against me to make me stay with him. I wasted my life for him. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on our wedding day. Tell Nara that if she wants to die, she's welcome to do so, but there's no way I'm going to comfort her. Hansel Lennox's cold voice jolted me awake, and as I looked up, I saw my reflection in the mirror, wearing a pristine white wedding gown. I realized that I had been reborn. Behind me, Hansel stood with a serious expression on his face, his tone impatient and sharp. This time, I'm going to push Hansel to Nara. I want to be the one who forces him to convert. I grabbed Hansel's sleeve gently and said, Hansel, you should go comfort Nara. He stared at me in disbelief. After all, I used to lose my temper whenever Nara interrupted our dates. In my eyes, she had been a manipulative, spoiled, entitled brat who thought the world revolved around her. She always acted like a lovesick teenager, and if they even exchanged a word, I would blow up. Hence, it was only natural that Hansel was caught off guard by my sudden change. Seeing my serious expression, Hansel frowned and asked, You want me to leave you on our wedding day to see another woman? Amber, do you realize what the tabloids will say about you? I laughed internally. While the gossip would not be the death of me, he certainly would. I pretended to be understanding and replied, Hansel, I don't care what others say, as long as your love for me is genuine. I even added, we can also postpone our wedding. After all, you and Nara go way back. If something happened to her, you'd regret it, and I'd feel guilty too. Besides, this is about saving a life. I'd pause the wedding to save anyone, even a stranger. My words earned me murmurs of approval from the guests. Even Hansel's parents, who had always looked down on me, seemed impressed. Hansel pulled me into a tight embrace and kissed my forehead, his voice filled with emotion. Amber, I knew I chose the right person. Wait for me. I'll make this quick. After I save Nara, we'll resume the wedding. I nodded and gave him a gentle push. Now, go. Saving her is more important. Without hesitation, he turned and ran upstairs to the rooftop. I watched his retreating figure, clutching my wedding dress so tightly to maintain my composure. In my previous life, Hansel resented me for taking him away from Nara. In this life, I would set him free, wishing him and his beloved Nara a happily ever after. To sell the act, I stood silently on the stage in my heavy gown, waiting for him for a full hour. The guests whispered among themselves, torn between curiosity about the rooftop drama and pity for my selfless patience. Eventually, Hansel returned, but not alone. Walking beside him was Nara, dressed in a wedding gown of her own. I had almost forgotten a crucial detail. In our previous life, Nara had jumped off the roof while wearing her wedding gown. Now, she clung to Hansel's arm with a triumphant smile, her eyes brimming with challenge as she looked at me. The crowd erupted in discussions, looking at me with nothing but sympathy in their eyes. Hansel looked torn as he turned to me, his voice hesitant. Amber, Nara told me that she's loved me for years and has only one wish, to have a wedding with me. She promises not to bother us anymore if I agree. So, would you let her have today's wedding? Hansel's words sent shockwaves through the grand ballroom. No one expected that after I kindly let him interrupt our wedding